All right, what is up, you guys, and welcome back to the channel. I have another unboxing video for you guys here, and as you can see right in front of me, I got the PlayStation 5. This is a digital edition, but if you see, the color scheme is a little different because this is the 30th anniversary edition. I love what they did here. I got this as a special gift, so we're gonna unbox it today. It's a long time coming. It's been a while. Happy New Year. I know many of you probably have seen this unboxing already, but I said it's only right. It's PlayStation. It's the color scheme here, everything, the little attention to detail, throwing it back, commemorating 30 years. Of course, this is gonna go right over there in the living room. So when we have friends and family over, pick up the controllers, play some games. There are also some exclusive PlayStation games that I want to pick up for this system here. You guys already know, if you follow me on social media, if you follow me on the channel, you know that I predominantly play on keyboard and mouse on a PC. But now and then we pick up the controller and we get gaming. So this PlayStation right here, it's gonna look pretty right there on that credenza in the living room. And when friends and family come over, it's gonna be like a nice little staple piece commemorating 30 years of PlayStation. So now let's get to it. Opening the PlayStation 5 30th anniversary 1 terabyte digital edition. Let's do it. All right, so first things here, we're gonna open up the lid and we're gonna see what we get inside. Let me see what we got. Hold on. Let me tilt this forward. It says 30th anniversary, and as you can see, you got all the little logos and stuff. Once again, the attention to detail here is great. So first things up, when we open this. All right, you got this. This is, I guess, the controllers and accessories. So let me just get this out of the box, or actually let's just open it. Give me 1 second. All right, so the first thing here inside the box, this is where I'm gonna assume the instruction manual and controller is in. So let me just show you up close here what that box looks like. And as you can see, the logo right there. All right, so let's open this up and see what we get. The first thing, like I said, it's, I guess, the instruction manual. And if you notice, everything is gray, has that PlayStation, the classic gray PlayStation color. So they're keeping even down to the packaging. Everything is pretty much, you know, honoring the 30th anniversary to the PlayStation 1. I remember having it. So I don't want to bore you guys, of course. You got your instruction manual, warranty, and all that good stuff here. PS5. We'll be keeping all this inside the box, of course. So let me just close that because it's an instruction manual. And then here, let's see what we get. This is a little box here. It shows like a little gift icon. All right. And then in here, let's see what we get. So it says PlayStation 30th anniversary. So this is basically a little pamphlet. And inside here, I kind of don't even want to really break open these things here because they're taped and sealed. But we're gonna have to. It's an unboxing video. So let's open this right up. Let's try not to damage it. All right. And let's see what's inside here. This looks like, yep, the classic adapter, your Sony adapter. This is, if you remember the PlayStation 1, how the controllers used to connect, basically like the little dongle. So they're gonna make everything look original and classic. And don't worry, I'll have B-roll footage of all this that you probably be seeing on screen. We're also getting here. So these are PlayStation stickers that I'm just gonna keep in the packaging right now, just because we're not gonna really be placing this. And then the classic PlayStation sticker here. And this is like a, kind of like embroidered, lifted. And last but not least, we got these little, it's like the PlayStation logos. The square, the triangle. I'm trying my best not to damage it, but we're just gonna have to rip these things open. All right. See what these things are. You see these? These are like basically, I'm not gonna say, yeah, like zip ties, I guess. This is to keep your cables, I guess, together. But once again, the attention to detail here with the different logos here and in the original colors, as you can see. And this is, I guess, these are like zip ties for your cable. You basically put this right through here, and then You're gonna be able to wrap up your cables just like that. It's a pretty nifty little concept here they got going on, especially with the PlayStation logos and whatnot. So that's everything that's in here. You got your stickers, you have your cable ties. All right, pretty cool. So let's put all this back. Give me 1 second and we're gonna continue the unboxing. All right, so as we continue here, I think this box here is pretty much done. So once again, you have your stickers and everything in place here. You have your warranty instruction manual, all that good stuff. There's a power cord in here, of course, for the console itself. And there are these two little bags in here that I'm not quite sure what's inside. This is probably for the stand. These clear, look like stands. We'll eventually find out what these are for. There's two of them in here. And here I can tell by the shape of this packaging that this is the actual controller. Check this bad boy out. Oh man, that looks sick. I probably won't even be using this one. I'm gonna keep this as a display only. Check that out. That gray color scheme. And you'll see the B-roll footage here on the screen showcasing the classic PlayStation controller colors on the buttons. And of course, with that old school gray, once again, great controller. And the attention to detail is insane, guys. And I'm gonna see if I can capture this on the camera with a close-up shot. It is texturized on the handles, but if you really take a close look and zoom in, very microscopic. The textured shapes are actually the X, the O's, the squares, and the triangles miniature. I'm talking about, like, you really have to zoom in to see. I'm gonna try to capture it on the camera so you can check this out. Once again, like I said, attention to detail on this thing is insane. And like I said, this is going on display. I'm not gonna be, definitely not gonna be taking this controller and giving it out so that people, you know, can end up dirtying it, you know, greasy hands and all that stuff, or God forbid they drop it, which would be unfortunate. Now it's time to keep this unboxing going, and I'm gonna keep the controller right over here. And once again, they're keeping all the tradition here with the logos and stuff like that, showing you the different PlayStation models from the PS1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. All right, so we're gonna continue here, see what else we got in here. And of course is the system itself, which we're gonna get to right now. Let me just, there's this box right here. This is most likely the stand and the cables for the console itself. I can see by the logos on it. So we open up this box right here. The first thing, this is that platform base, or the base platform, whatever you want to call it, to stand up the PlayStation. I'm assuming PlayStation 5, or no, this is the actual side. Check that out. This is a side panel. All right, and it does say 30 on the back, right up top. And at the bottom right here, it has the 30 with the X, square, triangle, and a circle. Like I said, attention to detail is everything here in this system. Let's see, so I'm gonna assume, let's see what we got. I'm not gonna assume anything no more because I don't know which part is what. So this is the actual, yep, this should be the actual stand for it, or part of it, to keep the PlayStation propped up vertically. And these are cables. We're just opening everything right now. This is the HDMI cable. You can utilize your own. And you have the USB-C cable. So the controller is gonna use USB-C. And even if you take a close look here, it even says the 30X, you know, square, triangle on both ends. Once again, the attention to detail, even down to the cables, is insane. Once again, it's gonna be a staple piece here for the living room. As a gamer and as a PlayStation fan, is definitely something you're gonna want to get your hands on if you want to keep something, at least for keepsake. So this is the vertical stand by Sony. And the same thing here, I'm taking a quick look at. Anything that's texturized or has any sort of, I guess, grip or texture is microscopic XOs or X circle, triangle, and square, yeah, with the 30 inscribed. Once again, I'll show all close-up shots of this because it's worth taking a look at. And then last, or I think last, no, let's see what this is. What's in here? It's like a poster. This is pretty cool. Let's see what this is. Yes, so it says, let me just show the camera first. So PlayStation 30th anniversary. And if we open it, it looks like a poster, yes. So let's open this. Wow, probably have to frame this. Look at that, check that out. It shows the original controller and the current one that we have right here inside of the box. This is nice. And on the other side, it shows the PlayStation logo, and it has all different icons of controllers and whatnot, and just anything commemorating the PlayStation. The PSP's on there. Yeah, it's cool. This is cool. Like I said, this is gonna get framed for sure, and this is the side that is gonna look nice right there. So let me see if I get on camera. Both sides, right there, you have top and bottom, classic. So let's put that away because we're gonna be framing that later on. And everything, like I said, here is very well taken care of. The packaging, everything looks good. So let's close this bad boy up. I'll put that to the side right now. And then I think the star of the show, are you guys ready? The PlayStation 5. So let's close this here real quick. Here we go. Take that off. Take the protecting packaging off. All right. Just make sure we don't break anything here. And it is sealed. This thing looks gorgeous. Check that out right there. Let me take this packaging and put it to the side. And there you have it, family and friends. Look at that right there. You have the PlayStation 5 digital edition with the PlayStation color scheme. And I think the same way that this one, I'm not sure if it's textured, but it has the logos. And let's see, first time ever, this is the best part. When you take off. Ready? Yes. Ooh, fresh out the box. And there you go. And then in the front, you have two USB-C drives and your power button. PlayStation logo right at the top. I'll be doing B-roll footage. You got your typical HDMI port, LAN port, two high-speed USB regular ports, and of course, for your power. So this thing right here, this is what we're gonna be putting up there. This is a digital edition. So since it's a digital edition and it doesn't require this drive, it is slimmer than the one with the disc. And I guess this gets mounted on the side. I'm gonna assume this faceplate, I'm gonna have to check. And then if you take a quick look on the side, very small print, it says PlayStation 30th anniversary. This is great. Let's see here. Trying to see, I think this is the side panel. We'll check online to see what this is for. And then this is your stand if you're gonna vertically stand your PlayStation, where this is. All right, so after further digging in the bag, I did find this little plastic bag. That's why you gotta make sure you check everything. That has this little kind of like threaded screw. Check that out right here. And that's what is gonna allow you to pretty much place or attach the vertical stand to the bottom of the PlayStation 5. So it does have this little, check that out, it has a little tab there that you have to take out or open. Take a little plastic thing off. Align this here. So let's make sure we align this properly with the screw. Let me see if I can sort of show you, but it's going to be hard at this camera angle. So this aligns vertically like this. And if you see, it has a hole right there that you could just twist this. You're going to probably need a little flathead screwdriver just to properly, or you can actually do this by hand. Yeah, it doesn't have to be that tight. And there you go. You have your ring here, and you'll be able to properly stand your PS5. There you go. And one last thing, I know I mentioned earlier, this is actually a side plate. So because they do sell so if you want to convert this into a disc version, I guess you could say, this mounts to the side. So as you can see, it has a slot for your disc. And this is going to go on this side of, you would have to detach this plate, or the one on this side, actually. So on this end here, this plate could come off, and then this is pretty much a cover. It's going to go on top here. So it'll make it a disc version, as you can see here. So I'm going to check how to properly detach that, but since I don't have the external disk drive right now, we're not going to be attaching this, but it would look something along these lines right there. So if you want to convert it into a disc version, there you have it.